over the world. The only things that makes Turkish silk best quality is because it's real silk. 60% of material they are selling under the name of silk nowadays, last 10 years, is not real silk. They sell many artificial synthetic materials under the name of the silk. They say bamboo silk, Kashmiri silk, mercerized silk. None of them is silk. Silk is the only natural fiber what a little silkworm is giving us. Here, that's it. You see these things? Those are little silkworms. So the people growing the silk, mostly in Bursa city, we have a huge silk farms. More than 2,000 families, they are just in silk farming. And we are feeding them with mulberry tree leaves. That's the only food they are eating. After 30, 40 days of eating mulberry tree leaves, then they're getting that big. Normally, they're very small. They're like little like this. So, after 40 days, that's what happened. And now they're ready to make the cocoons. The cocoon is going to be made of all silk fibers. And these are our cocoons. See? After 40 days, they're going to finish this one. And we are collecting, we are harvesting them. It has to be a wonderful timing to collect them. Otherwise, if you don't collect them in a good period of time, they're going to make a hole here and they fly as a butterfly, which is metamorphose. So it has to be a good time. Before they do that, you have to collect them. Each of these cocoon will give us between 12 to 1500 meters of silk. Almost 1 mile. It's amazing, isn't it? It's one very thin, continuous fiber. So the way you can get the silk from this cocoon, it's also very important, and you need experience. This guy, he is one of the very few masters in Turkey. 4th generation in this kind of the tradition, this kind of the business. And he's originally from Bursa city, the capital city of the Ottoman Empire. And most of the Turkish silk is being made in this Bursa city, which is about 1.5 far away from the Istanbul. So he's one of the very rare ones, because very few people, unfortunately, are still following this tradition. And not easy also. You have to know exactly how to make the silk from this process. And as you can see, there is no any machine. So the highest technology is it's this one, and everything is done by hand. We need hot water, 80 degrees hot water, 40-45 minutes. Then you would be able to unroll. So after they get, softened, they get melted, we need a very high technological tool, this one. Actually, a very simple handmade brush. This is important because this is how you're going to catch the beginnings of the threads, fibers. Now, let's do this. He is going to catch about 30-40 of them at least together. Then this is going to give you, can you see these? Yeah. Now, look at that. See this? All silk fibers. Now, 40-50 of them together, roughly, he is going to pass through this hook. That's the thickness that without breaking you would be able to spin it. And now, we spin all the silk, transfer from here to this main roller. There we are going to have the first shape of silk, what we call the rough silk. And then, what happened? After here, so each of these threads, we need another hand spinning process. We are going to spin 10 of these together by hand, which means you're going to have about 400 filaments in one single thread. That's going to give you the strongest, one of the strongest natural fiber in the world. 10 of these, which means 400 filaments together, we have this thread. Try to break it. We have a free carpet if you can. No way. No way. Super strong. And after here, we are going to use the finest colors in the world, vegetables, natural dyes. This is going to be very important because those category colors will last generation, even getting better. Here we have an antique rug. It's about 100 years old. And focus on the colors, please. How beautiful patina, how beautiful condition we still have. This is why material quality, colors we use, and the weaving technique we have in Turkey makes Turkish rugs the best, the most special art pieces. Now we're going to see the coloring process. The story started thousands of years ago. that the nomad people discover how to get the color from the nature. This is very important, and you need experience to get these beautiful colors from the nature. We use over 35 different plants, roots, leaves, vegetables, and minerals to get the colors. So what we use for this fermentation process is a little bit strange. We use urine of the human. This is the only way that you are able to get the pigments of the colors. That's how we are boiling them inside of the urine, that the uric acid is going to help you to take the pigments of the colors, and then after boiling like 3-4 hours, all the pigments of the colors goes into the urine. And then we put the thread in this fermentation. 3-4 hours up to 3-4 days will leave the thread inside of this fermentation. Depends to the color, darker or lighter what you need. Most of the nomad people, they are cleaning their dishes, their clothes by ash as well. It really cleans perfectly. So I grown up in that culture. You know, my mother, my grandmother, they all were in the same culture tradition. Basically, it's nomad art, weaving process, coloring process. These are all the art of the nomads. Okay, so here we have only a few plants that we are getting the colors I would like to show you. One of them is the walnut. This is very important. This is what we get the brown colors from. Husk of the wet walnut. And the other fruit, it's the pomegranate. So the shells of the pomegranate, we get red colors. There is the madder root also, we are able to get the red colors. But also the other red, like rusty red, like terracotta. Do you know rhubarb? Yes. From the root of the rhubarb, we get the rusty red, like terracotta, brick colors. And the other color, skin of the onion, we get the pink and the orange colors. Red onions. Sage, we get the green colors. Moss in the water, we are also able to get the green colors. Yellow colors, one of the very famous, expensive plants. We get it from chamomile, but also from saffron. The blue colors, many different tones of the blue colors we obtained from the lapis stone. So, and we get hibiscus, or the eggplant aubergine. What color? Purple. So any colors you have on the plants, it's what you can get from them, because the colors are made of pigments, so the pigments is what makes the colors. So that's very important. So what is the benefit of natural dyes? That's very important. So this is why the rugs last generation even getting better, because every year you get this category colors older, you wash them, you use them, the more they get oxidized, the colors looks nicer. We have nothing cancerogen like chemical colors has. So the color is this, I would say it's the first very important things on a handmade rug. Second, organic material, silk, wool or cotton. And then the third things makes Turkish rug very special. All over the world there is two different type of the knot, single and double knot. We do double knot in Turkey, the rest of the world, Chinese, Iranian, Indian, Pakistani or single knot. What means that? Durability. Of course they take more time, more labor, but you get the right for a lifetime. Especially, we have a very common question, oh Salman, we cannot use a rug. Why? Because we have pets in the house. You can definitely use it. The only rug without any problem that you can use is a Turkish rug. Nuts, the pile will never come out if they scratch it. The colors, if any accident happens, are washable, so you're not going to damage the colors. And this is why you can use for many years. This is why each one is unique. Each one is one of a kind. And let's go inside and see the weaving process as well. By the way, the building we are in, it's a 400 years old caravanserai. One of the first trade centers during the Ottoman era. While the merchants were traveling on Silk Road, through the Silk Road, they were coming, staying overnight. People around the city were coming for shopping. So that's why it's an authentic historical building as well. 3-story building. The upper floors has been used originally for accommodation. The merchants were sleeping. The courtyard was the business. People were coming for shopping. The bottom floor we're going to see was the stable part, garage for the camels. We have no more camels here, unfortunately. As you can see this beautiful architecture, you can see those beautiful pieces of the stones. It's really very important introducing this beautiful centuries-old art in a historical building as well. Let's start from the beginning. It's a thousands of years old tradition, weaving art. This is very important also, weaving tradition for young ladies, mostly before the marriage. When the girls are even 10, 12 years old, slowly they start to learn how to make the rugs, watching their mothers, grandmothers and sisters. They need about 6-7 years of experience, and after that she would be able to start to make the rugs. So to reflect her feelings by the designs and colors, this is what she learned from her mother or her grandmothers. They honestly put their soul, their heart into their rugs. And the first process, we need a skeleton, which we call warps. And you can see this is 2-layer. Can you see that? See, here we have 2 layers. This is important. This is what we need for special Turkish double knotting technique, strongest knot in the world. That's why piles never comes out. The more you vacuum it, your animal scratches it. That's why it's going to be for generations. Yes, double knot means more time, more material, but for lifetime. So what she's doing to make one double knot, she's pulling 2 vertical threads from the skeleton. Now she's going to show you slowly. After pulling 2 threads, then the second thread, which she's going to make it a knot, it has to be the color that we are going to need for the design. She loops around the first, second one, pull it down, cut it. 1 knot by 1 knot next to each other. See what an artist? God bless their soul, honestly.
That's amazing.
So she is following the process 1 knot by 1 knot next to each other, and she's going row by row. She's going to beat down as much as she can. This is going to give you density, sharpness, and this is important for the quality of the rug. The harder beating down, make the rugs tighter, better. Now, the more she's angry to the husband, the more carpets get better. And the last and third process. We need a special adjustable scissor. After each row, she's going to trim the rest of the pile, which is going to give you a beautiful surface. How long does it take to make one rug? That's a very common question. Actually, it depends to the what type, what density, what category rug it is. For example, this one. It's very little one. A small one for wall hanging, like a tapestry, that size. And this one takes between 13-16 months of labor. For one lady working maximum 4 hours every day. What makes the price? It's the quality of the material, color, labor, and the age. Age means the older they are, most of the fine quality rugs, the more expensive, the more valuable they are. First of all, if you look at the colors, naturally dyed rugs, then you can see the colors are not like one solid tones. They have a 3-dimensional looking. So that's why they are dyeing the colors in different period of time, and they combine them together. This is why when you look at the rugs, when you look at the colors, you will see that the tones are different than each other. So this is a very important specialty of natural dyes. You can see the patina on the colors, the sheen on the colors. This is because of the natural dyes. The more you use it, it's very important. Because of the lanolin, which is a natural oil in the wool, every time you use it, the lanolin makes wool softer, shinier. So the more they move, the more they get tighter. So the tighter they are, the more you use them, you get them older. The colors on this one, if you focus on that one, you cannot name the colors even. So if you say green, but what category green it is? Every colors are special to every single rug. So this color, this tones you would never see in any other rug. It depends to the how much time you have washed it, how many years you have used it, and what conditions of using you have on that one. That's why every rug is getting aged in a unique, in a different way. So these are the 2 different categories: tribal rug, imperial, or the other name you can say city rugs, silk hereka rug. And this one, we have about 900 knot in every square inch. Almost 2.5 years of labor for one master weaver. And it's made of 100% silk fibers. You focus on the colors from your side, that you can see it's lighter, and when you just rotate it, it's different color.
Wow.
So here we have three different categories: woolen wool, woolen cotton, and a pure silk category rugs there. Here is another one. Say this is about $40,000. The world's best silk rug in the world has been done so far by hand. It's 100% cocoon silk and a Turkish silk rug it is. Söndürelim. Let's see another one. A 305 design. That's the one I like the most.
Oh wow.
Every region, they have their special colors, they have their special designs. This is how the experts can tell you where it is from or how old it is. Definitely, this is something that you have to buy from the places that you can trust. You have to trust the people you're shopping from. And this is really important.
So here in Istanbul, you can have fake rugs in Istanbul.
Minimum 60-70% of the rugs they're selling in the world market under the name of real Turkish rugs are not the real Turkish rugs. Yes, unfortunately. They sell a lot of commercial production, mass productions, or like many, even, you know, some machine-made rugs also sometimes they sell under the name of the handmade rugs. So you have to trust the places, and also you have to get some guarantees that guarantee the quality of the rugs. Every single genuine quality handmade rugs comes with a certificate of the authenticity. It gives you all the story of the rug, like the family name, the colors, the design, the material, the age, everything like that you should see on a certificate of authenticity. The guarantee we're giving is for lifetime. If every rug that we sell here, it comes with a certificate. In the future, after they are back their home, if they say anything is not correct, if they say anything is not right, they can guarantee, we guarantee that they're going to get full of their money back. So we guarantee every single rug here we are selling. The quality that we guarantee that it's 100% handmade, it's 100% authentic Turkish handmade rug.
Wow. It's amazing.
We do worldwide free shipping services. About like for 5 weeks of the time, we deliver anywhere in the world without any extra payment. This is very important because we have a government subsidy for export encouragement to support to keep the weaving tradition alive, because unfortunately weaving tradition last 20 years slowly it's becoming a dying art. If you compare with 20 years ago, it's minimum 60% fewer family are still following that tradition. As I said, you know, it's our national treasure, thousands of years passing generation, but unfortunately slowly it's becoming a dying art. Much fewer people are still following that beautiful centuries old art.